Hey Aries and Taurus, and if I have time for another sign. Welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your end of 2025 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching, or you yourself, Aries, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. All right, let's take a look at what is going on. So I was trying to get ideas from the YouTube help thing, and it was like, why don't you do a releasing 2025's last emotional baggage reading? And the thing is, that's not really my style. I don't really I like to do my usual spread, especially if I'm doing like the monthly readings, and read it like that with all these extra words like releasing last emotional baggage. It just sounds so non-authentic to me. But I was like, all right, I need to do something different because I'm not getting the full potential of what I feel like the channel should be getting. Oh, yeah, the Judgment card just came out. So maybe an opportunity, a second chance, a resurrection of some sort, a day of reckoning. So yeah. So Aries, did I do my spiel? Yeah, I did. Aries, all right. Let's take a look at your reading, Aries. And then we'll do advice. We'll pull out some cards. You have the Four of Wands. Home. A foundation. In your current position, you have the Eight of Cups. You're emotionally detached from something. For some of you, you've made some sort of choice and you're walking towards the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. I feel happy with this. I feel content with myself. The challenge, though, Knight of Pentacles. Either something is at a halt or it's moving really slow. Eight of Pentacles, this can have to do with work. You have 2 8s so far. You might have Leo in your chart. Dealing with one doesn't have to be. This could also be some sort of cycle. You're focused on something, and it has to do with your sense of security with this Eight of Pentacles. In the past, Ten of Swords, a betrayal, an ending, some sort of suffering on your mind. The Temperance. I literally got peace right away when that card came out. So the Temperance is a card of patience. It's knowing that whatever it is that you're manifesting or you're working on, the energies are there. They're just not in the physical form yet. That's why it is a card of patience. It is also a card of healing. Sagittarius energy as well. Outcome is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is kind of like still looking at something that didn't work out. That's why a lot of the times it's a card of missed opportunity. All right, there's a focus, an emotional focus on something. Either, it's always the same, and kind of ignoring something that, hey, this is the potential for it to not be the same. You want to check it out, and you're like, nah, it's probably the same. Look at these. I already have 3 instances here. Let's see what's going on. You know what's interesting? You have 2 8s. You have 2 4s. 4 plus 4 is 8. So the 4s over here are linked to the Emperor, which is Aries card. And that's about taking control, authority, leadership. All right, let's take a look at, let's see what happened in the past first. Let's go there. What happened in the past here for Aries? Why do they have the Ten of Swords? Could have been dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. You know what song I just got in my head? A new day. Ooh. So maybe whatever happened in the past, it was for something new to happen, right? And I immediately got it when I saw this sunrise. Hierophant, Taurus energy. The 9 of Pentacles. The 7 of Wands. The 3 of Wands at the bottom. 7 and 3, what is that? 4 of Wands, which is here. Whatever happened in the past, this 10 of Swords is that sunrise. Because the Hierophant is about structure, obedience, discipline, contracts. And then 9 of Pentacles is one who's self-sufficient, self-reliant. It's the single card. So maybe a relationship ended. Either way, there's a focus here. And then with the 7 of Wands, boundaries, standing up for yourself, defending yourself. Whatever happened in the past that seemed like it was something that you suffered with, you overcame that, or it actually made you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Why is okay, why is the 8 of Pentacles here? Because that's in the foundation. So that's what happened in the past. So let's take a look at this. 8 of Pentacles. The Tower, the 3 of Swords, the 2 of Wands. Basically the same thing. Some sort of cycle has closed off. Something either fell apart, happened all of a sudden, or there was a sudden change in mentality. Whatever it was, 3 of Swords, pain, heartache, disappointment, 2 of Wands, making a decision, looking out into the future. And it has to do with something that you're focused on, that you are working on. Like I said, it could have to do with work, could have to do with money, or just whatever falls under the umbrella of where you feel secure. Let's take a look at this 8 of Cups, because that's in your current position. She looks pissed too, walking away. Look at her face. She has that clenched fist too. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, the Sun, Leo, the World card. That's fixed energy. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. The World is also Saturn, which is Capricorn. And also, I believe, Aquarius, no? Saturn? In traditional astrology? Anyway, Empress at the bottom. This is knowing your worth. This is knowing where you're going to grow, where you're valued, how you value yourself. Finding that, I want to say also peace and serenity. Starting to watch them on. Closed cycle, that is it. For some of you, this is walking away from something or emotion. Let's say something did end in the past. This is now currently, I'm emotionally detaching from that. Maybe you were harboring resentment or still thinking about something, or something that made you suffer now is not, doesn't have a hold on you like that anymore. Doesn't have a hold on you like that anymore. 4 of Pentacles. Because there was a holding on there, because maybe you felt like this was secure. Why is the Temperance on your mind? Yeah, the Temperance. Why is the Temperance on your mind? Making healthier choices for some. 2 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Chariot, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, 10 of Pentacles. 10 and 2, there's an 8, which the 8 is here already. This is moving forward. For some of you, this is making a plan or being patient with whatever the energies are that are coming towards you, using that to your advantage. For some of you, this is about making some sort of choice in regards to a move. It could be an actual like moving, because the Chariot is about movement. It is also, could be travel, because it does represent car, because Chariot, you know. Where is something going? Let's see why the Knight of Pentacles is the challenge. Maybe you're unsure. The Wheel of Fortune, the Death card, Scorpio, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, I think it's about starting something. For some of you, you don't know how to begin something. Maybe something seems difficult, something seems heavy. Give me 1 second, I have to pick that up. Maybe you're starting anew with something. Like a new job, a new position. With that Page of Pentacles, because he is an apprentice. That's the Emperor. That is Aries. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. I think there's also this cautious energy. Maybe for some of you, I don't know what you're dealing with currently. You have a bit of a cautious energy, and maybe you're like, well, I'm not normally like this. Normally, I just, you know, I go for it. I'm so sorry for this background noise. For some of you, you want something to move faster. Why is the Four of Cups the outcome? Page of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Ace of Wands. Is that just sitting there and looking at the opportunity, not doing anything about it? That's what it is. That is what it is. Why is the Emperor here? You have a lot of fours showing up. Five of Cups. Empress. Five of Swords. I think you might be holding back from something because there is a bit of, there's still this focus on the past. That's what it is. And I already said that with the Four of Cups. For some of you, you don't trust something, or you feel like you're going to be deceived. For some of you, you don't feel like you're equipped for something, and you are, or you're not ready for something, and you are. What is this Ace of Wands? Or you're waiting for something to change. You're not really stepping into that leadership role that I am in control. Not in a manipulative way, but like in control of yourself. The Justice card, Libra. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. I see something as something being clear, kind of like what you see is what you get. Like, yes, look, and then I took out more cards to clarify. This was the first card that jumped out, the Judgment. Taking a leap of faith, seeing things clearly in this opportunity. I don't know specifically what the opportunity is because I don't know your story. We're not here having a conversation, so I don't know. Five of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles to clarify that four. There's the Ace. The Four of Wands. 4 and 10, that's a 6 of Wands. And what is 6 of Wands? Victory, success, etc. So something here is up in the air. I think you're taking your time with something, whatever this is. Something seems... you have to invest in something. For some of you, this is a home. Maybe it's investing in a home, putting money into it. For some of you, it's work. But there is a foundation here. There is a sense of security. Maybe it requires a little bit of juggling, a little bit of having to balance things out, time management. Maybe there's a lot of work to do. 7 of Cups, the Lovers, the 9 of Cups. Ooh, why's the Devil here? Gemini, Capricorn, 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups. There's a 2 of Cups there, some sort of partnership, and you have the Lovers. Why is the Devil here? Are you avoiding it? Are you running away from it? Like, what's going on? Is this fear? Or you're not saying something? I don't know. What is this? Yeah. Oh, goodness. You're stuck in your head. You're overthinking it. Because look at the following cards. 10 of Pentacles, King of Wands, 10 of Cups. Hello, Aries. Why is the Devil here? Ace of Pentacles. 3 of Wands, the Magician, 6 of Wands. You're waiting? Or you're expecting something to be toxic? Or you don't trust something? I don't know, bro. You tell me. Aries. 5 of Wands. Is there competition? Is there 5 of Wands? Conflict, arguments, drama, not seeing eye to eye, not being able to agree to disagree. Moon, fear. This could be internal conflict, fear. Moon, 2 of Swords, Queen of Cups. Maybe you're letting your emotions get to yourself. Wait, did I even say that correctly? Is that even English? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio showing up. All right, let's see what your advice is. What is the advice for Aries? 17 minutes. I don't know why I can't make these shorter. What is the advice for Aries? Workaholic. Let's take out these. I'm using the Rebel deck. That's the bad words deck, as I like to call it. What is the advice for Aries? Stop obsessing. Stop obsessing. You're not the fucking center of the universe. What do you mean? Of course. Of course, Aries is the baby of the zodiac. They're always the center. No tea, no shade. I'm an Aries moon, so time to let go. Move the fuck on. Which I think you are, okay? Which I think you are. You're letting go of something, and I feel like it's energetically, emotionally. If you're dealing with a person, what do they want to say to you? And then I'll read the advice card in a second. Aries. I regret lying to you. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I hope that you can forgive me one day. I will wait for a sign from you. Take it as it resonates. Not all these cards have to resonate. All right, so let's read the workaholic. There's a line on here that is so great, and it says, while I worked, life happened. My life happened. So for some of you, this is about work. For some of you, this is about such a focus that you have on something, maybe even a person, on something that you feel like this is my security, or I can't let this go, or, you know, whatever it is that you're obsessing over. And life is still happening, and you're missing, or you missed certain things, or you think you did, but you didn't, because the Judgment card came out, first card, and it's the last card that came out. Brad Blueberry paints and paints and paints. He has no time for anything other than perfecting his art. An elder Blueberry reminds Brad that one day he will be old and shriveled too, so he better live life to the fullest. Brad takes the advice and discovers that having fun enriches and sharpens his art. He finds out that life is what makes work valuable. Are you waiting to complete your career before you live your life? Busy work may be helping you hide from real issues. Am I working too much and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I'm avoiding? Keywords: talent, fun, friends, feelings of inadequacy, transformation indicated, not being fulfilled by work, heeding warnings, refreshing your mind to improve work. Here, the earthy brown of creation mixes with inspirational violet. This card indicates one of the most powerful manifesting energies. Now you're very prolific. If what you are creating stalls, you may need to recharge. Know your limits. And having fun, listen, we need to use discernment here. When we say having fun, it doesn't mean like, yeah, I'm going to live my life and who cares who gets hurt? Who cares if I'm hurting myself? Because, you know, YOLO. No. You know? Yeah, no. You have to use discernment and what is healthy for you. Healthy for you is, yes, taking a break, having a good time, feeling joyous, feeling joy out of something. But, this is why it's so important to know ourselves and be very self-aware and accountable, because sometimes we can be like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm going to have fun. And then you go and you have your fun. And you know that if you do this one particular thing, you know you're going to want to do it again tomorrow. And you know it's kind of hard for you to hold back. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I don't do this all the time, but I'm going to do it. Tomorrow comes, oh my gosh, I had such a great time. Or this was good. Or whatever it is, I'm going to do it again. And then you kind of fall into that obsession, okay, or habit or addiction. And then it throws you off course, because then we're putting all of our, this makes me feel happy. We put all of our energy into something that we become dependent on. And if we're not self-aware, we don't realize that we're becoming dependent on it. We just justify it as, well, it's something that helps me have a good time. It's something that, are you willing to like step away from it? Are you willing to take a break, a detox? Because if you are, then okay, fine, fantastic. It doesn't have a hold on you. You're not dependent on it. Therefore, you have a healthy relationship to it. But if it's something that's like, no, you know what? I need this. I bet it can you know, we all need to cope with stresses and sufferings and whatever. But do you have healthy ways of dealing with things? Do you have multiple ways? Are there other things that you can do for yourself that are productive? If it's not about being productive, but something that enhances your happiness, but also enhances maybe a skill. I don't know. I'm just thinking of something. Maybe you like to do little crafts, and the little crafts calm you down. but it also stimulates your mind. It also gets, you to move, to do things with your hands. And you can complete a project, which in the end you feel proud of. And I'm just giving examples, as opposed to, well, you know what, I'm gonna play video games all day. I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. I'm gonna play video games all day, and that is going to be my thing every time. But okay, great. No one's saying don't do that, but then you're playing all day. What about, oh yeah, you know what, I was supposed to mop. Whatever, we'll leave it for the next time. And then the next time becomes the next time and becomes the next time. And you forget about your responsibilities. Oh, you know what, I was going to put a YouTube video on and do some yoga, some stretches. Nah, I'm going to take care of this video game right now because I'm having a good time and I'm relaxing. You get what I'm saying? Time management. This Two of Pentacles is here. It's on your mind. Two of Pentacles is, like I said, a balance. It's having a lot, but you're able to manage it. And this has to do with that workaholic card. There's nothing wrong with having to do your work, doing what you're passionate about, enhancing your skills and blah, blah, blah. But when you're doing it excessively and like that's the only thing that you're focused on, bro, you're losing life. And then you give yourself the excuses. Yeah, but then when I'm old, I have enough money, whatever. It's great, fantastic. When you're old, you have enough money, but your butt is going to be in, I don't know, in a hospital bed because you ended up getting a cancer from overworking yourself. I don't know. I'm giving an example. Cancer isn't just because you microwave your food. It is also, it's an emotional trauma that stays there. When we have trauma inside, and it keeps being re-triggered by certain people and events, and we don't deal with it, we keep storing it, it keeps building and building and building, it hardens and hardens and hardens, until it becomes and it manifests a disease. Bro, this is real, this is not hooshy bougie stuff, this is science. Anyway, Aries, thanks for listening to me blab. I appreciate it. So if it resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.